You wake up on a silk-covered slab, feeling like a high-end cut of meat being prepped for a butcher's window. You've been dragged out of sleep by a lifestyle so civilized. It makes a prison sentence look like a career promotion. No cozy morning vibe. You're a male concubine catapulting into another day of being a living, breathing luxury accessory for a community that thinks democracy is a club. You're legally banned from entering. You sit up and check yourself for the one thing that could end your life. A shadow of a beard in this world. A single stray hair on your chin isn't a sign of maturity. It's a death warrant for your career. You stretch as quietly as a hostage and wonder what it would feel like to wake up in a body that actually belongs to you. But you can't think about that. You've got maintenance. You aren't a person, you're a product. And in ancient Greece, the customer is always right and the product is always silent. Your morning routine isn't about hygiene. It's about erasing your biology. You don't just get ready. You undergo a systematic removal of every trace of your own manhood. You get dressed in a tunic so thin it's basically a legal suggestion. But the real outfit is your skin. You are subjected to the scraping. You spend hours being slathered in oil, and then literally planned down with a strigil. A curved bronze blade, it's not spa day. It's a biological audit. They don't want a man. They want a living marble statue that's soft enough to touch. And if you're a slave, if your master wants to preserve your high-pitched voice, or make sure your youthful look doesn't expire, he'll subject you to the kinodesma. That means dog tie. They take a metal ring or a leather thong and literally stitch it through your foreskin to lock your anatomy shut. It's the ultimate tamper evidence seal. It's a cold, constant reminder that your body is a community project, and you don't hold the permit. You start your day fully aware that your very skin is being managed. Like a piece of real estate. Then your actual workday starts. You were purchased with the same paperwork as a mule. Your master inspected your teeth, assessed your muscle tone, evaluated your skin for blemishes, the way a merchant checks pottery for cracks. Price was negotiated, coins changed hands. A contract was signed. The mule, at least, was never described as beautiful in a poem. Immediately after you walk through the agora, slightly behind him, not beside him. Behind, one step back. Always one step back. You feel it in your feet before you feel it anywhere else. Present but not permitted. Visible but not valid. You pass men who vote, men who argue. Men who exist at full volume, and you move through them like a rumor. Nobody is allowed to confirm you passed the pornea on the way. The brothels, you don't look. You already know what's in there. And you already know you are an amenity. A room feature, a complimentary welcome gift that did not consent to the complimentary part. And you perform that too with the correct expression. The same one you practice for the rooster. The same one that costs you something every single time you put it on. And that you will put on again tomorrow. And every day until your beard comes in. And suddenly, mercifully, horribly, nobody asks you to wear it anymore. You scrape yourself clean afterward. You always scrape yourself clean afterward. The strigil gets a lot of use in this life. And not all of it is the morning kind. Then comes the rooster, yes. A rooster, alive, aggressive. Deeply confused farm animal, presented to you in public as a token of romantic interest. You stand there holding a bird that is actively trying to end your life, while 30 people watch to calibrate your emotional response. Too enthusiastic when you're cheap. Too cold, you're ungrateful. The acceptable window of reaction is a graceful, modest half-smile held for exactly as long as dignity requires, and not 1 second longer. You are walking a tightrope over a cliff, holding a chicken in front of an audience. Being evaluated on your technique, you smile, you hold the bird. The bird hates you personally. You have never related to anything more. There is a word for what you are. Adamos, dishonored. Civically dead. You feel it every time you approach a temple and stop at the door. Every time an assembly convenes and you walk the other direction. Every time a citizen opens his mouth in public and you close yours. Not because someone told you to, but because your mouth learned a long time ago that opening leads nowhere good and closing at least keeps you safe. You have the self-control of a saint and the rights of a lamp. You stopped reaching for things so gradually you didn't notice it happening. And then one day you realized you'd arranged your entire body around a life of not reaching. And you called it composure, because that was the word they gave you for it, and you didn't have another one. You didn't get a trial, you arrived already sentenced. You are divine enough to be compared to Ganymede, the boy the gods kidnapped and called it an honor. Athens hands you that comparison like it's a gift. Like being stolen by something powerful is the same thing as being chosen. Like being useful to a god is the same thing as being free. You smile and accept the comparison. You file it next to the rooster. You are never allowed to say out loud, but that you will think about tonight in the dark, after everyone else has gone to sleep. Evening, you feel it before you think it. The clock, it ticks in your jaw, in the soft skin under your chin, in the edge of your voice. When something almost